Amphibia's final episodes are getting closer and closer, and thus there's no more running from the question what topics still have to be dealt with after Andrias has been defeated, and in what way the show will leave our screens for good. Therefore, in this video we are discussing the epilogue following the final battle. Obviously there is going to be an epilogue arc of some kind, given that the show does not abruptly end after Andrias and the core have been stopped once and for all. Especially in the show's emotional dimension, there are too many issues that need to get some closure, of the good or the bad type. The very first thing is without a doubt going to be the departure from Amphibia. All three girls have made valuable friendships that they must leave behind. Above all, of course, Anne must say goodbye to the Plantars. At this point it is not sure whether the calamity box will be destroyed and if there will still be a way to reach the other world when the enemy is gone. It's probably for the best we prepare for the worst, by expecting to see the most heartbreaking farewell in the history of TV. As you can imagine, there will be little offering consolation to Anne, except maybe for her own parents. So after the girls have returned home, a scene showing once more how split Anne has become, given that her heart lives in two places, and how happy she is to finally be back home safely by her parents' side, while at the same time missing the Plantars out of this world, should be included. That's not even the most interesting issue left though. At the end of Froggy Little Christmas, Anne wrote letters to Marcy's and Sasha's parents, informing them that their daughters are currently in another world. The show is yet to reveal how they reacted to this news, and the reaction is also not set to happen during the upcoming episodes, whose titles have already been published, meaning if such a situation is planned to be part of the show, then it will occur in the final episode. We may see Sasha and Marcy briefly explaining to them what happened and how their parents treat them after being gone for so long, what could unveil a lot more about their entire characters. In general, the girls' character developments should be looked upon a final time, in order to provide a conclusion that makes their journey come full circle. While Anne and Sasha's feud appears to be mostly over by now, Marcy's betrayal from season 2 has not been addressed at all, due to circumstances. I don't think it is too much to expect an apology from Marcy and a few sentences regarding what she has learned. In response, Anne and Sasha confess their feelings about the whole thing in more detail, and concerning their ideas how their friendship will be changing from this point on. Considering the graveness and complexity of the issues they all have with one another, it would in fact be unnatural if the girls quickly arrived at a forgive and forget mentality. So instead, the most satisfying outcome is probably to include a simple heads up that they are not giving up on their bond and devote themselves to making their relationship work in the future. During the same scene, two other questions regarding Marcy can be dealt with. Number 1. Marcy might have to cope with repercussions from having the core extracted from her body. We really don't know what form the damage could take and how severe it might be, but this would be the ideal time to showcase. Number 2. As soon as Marcy has recovered to a certain degree, the original problem whether she will be moving or not pops up again. To underline her development, having her accept that she is leaving would be reasonable. The way it should have been all along, Anne and Sasha promised to stay in touch. But what exactly could the final scene look like? The girls gathering on the playground where it all started, talking things over and reminiscing about their time in Amphibia, to make this place the place where their adventure ends. Then, the end credits start rolling in front of snapshots of the future, featuring the girls living regular lives on Earth and the Plantars and other amphibians flourishing in the rebuilt Amphibia.